What's up, everybody? Bitcoin J back one more time. A couple things I want to go over. Some good news, man. This week has been crazy with good news in crypto. I want to talk about, Andrew Yang. I want to talk about Andrew Yang. I want to talk about Facebook, and I also want to talk about the influx of money into the cryptocurrency scene, specifically Bitcoin, and why people think that that might be the case, or what may be the cause of it. So first things first, what's up? Hope you're doing good. Let's talk about this right now. All right. 2020 presidential hopeful Andrew Yang says regulators owe clarity on the rules for crypto industry. Now, the nice thing about this cat, this is Andrew Yang is best known, obviously he's a presidential candidate running in the Democratic Party, but I'm not, I'm neutral in a party personally. So if you can do the job, that's all I care about. Now, what I do like about what he's saying is he believes in universal basic income, that UBI, where everybody should get like $1,000 a month, period. Just, it should be given to you. Kind of like, I don't know if they do exactly $1,000 in Alaska, but similar. But the nice thing about, not only that, I like that fact, but the best thing is he is a crypto believer. All right. So imagine having a presidential candidate that believes in cryptocurrency the way we believe in cryptocurrency. That's pretty strong. Let's just take a real brief look here. Presidential contender Andrew Yang took the stage at Consensus 2019 on Wednesday, facing a friendly, if not slightly boisterous crowd as he discussed Bitcoin, blockchain, and his bid for the White House. Amid jokes about possible Yang coin, that would be cool, right? Yang essentially pitched himself as a sympathetic friend of the crypto community. In an appearance that came weeks after his campaign issued a policy statement on digital asset regulation, which everybody needs to be clear about, especially all the institutional money and the big time old bankers who know billionaires and watch their money. They need some clarity before they dump all the money into the crypto scene, right? So he believes in this, right? He also opinion on the declining influence of traditional media, the threat of climate change, his freedom dividend pitch, and current U.S. President Donald Trump. The opposite of Donald Trump is an Asian candidate who likes math. As CoinDesk reported in April, Yang promised clear guidelines in the digital asset world so that the businesses and the individuals can invest and innovate in the area without fear of a regulatory shift, a position that he reiterated during his onstage conversation with the Coin Center's Narija Agarwal. I know I jacked that name up, so I apologize in advance for post jack up. All right. He argued that the current framework in the U.S. is unclear and unfair for people working with the technology, saying, if you're a builder, it's just look. Tell me what the landscape's going to look like, and we'll figure it out from there. But no one knows what the landscape will look like. All right. For the record, Yang told CoinDesk after the talk that he doesn't own a crypto, but he has some funds in a vehicle which has some crypto holdings. On regulators' practice of setting policy through enforcement actions rather than issuing guidance, Yang told CoinDesk, I think it's unfair to folks, and I think it's clear emblem of the U.S.'s approach. And customers ask, what the heck? It's one thing that they regulators come down when there's clear guidelines, but there aren't any in crypto. So regulators owe us some degree, owe the community some degree of clarity. So the nice thing about Yang, which is what I like about him, is he's a regular dude who happens to be an entrepreneur who understands forward thinking and new technologies. He's not stuck in the Stone Ages like most presidential candidates, who, I hate to say it, are a little bit older and think a little bit older. He thinks a little bit clearer, and he thinks he's got an open mind about cryptocurrencies and where it can take the country. So I like that about Yang. All right. All right. Next up, Currency fears drive Chinese into Bitcoin. Now, remember I talked about earlier why people think possibly there's been a surge in Bitcoin. All right. Bitcoin's been up, man. Oh my God. I can't even tell you how much. But let's take a peek real quick before I get into that. Let's look at the market. See where we're at. Let me refresh this bad boy right now. Crypto's down a little bit, just a hair, but let me refresh, and that's crypto world for you. And they're up. All right, Bitcoin's up 3.13%, holding steady at $8,278 a coin. Ethereum is up 20.26%. Wow. Holding steady at $266.76. And look at this, boy. We've been waiting for this for a while. XRP's finally moving. It's been holding steady, I believe, all day, honestly, over 40 cents. So you're looking at about 47 cents. Yeah, 47 cents. I was going to give it a little bit more, like maybe 48 cents, but we can't quite do that yet. But everything's up, man. Everything's in the green, so that's a beautiful thing. I love it. I mean, you may have one or two coins are in the red, but hey, for the most part, top 10, top 15, even top 20 coins, all in the green. But like I started, the reason a lot of people believe that Bitcoin is on such a rise, really crypto in general is on a rise, is because of all these sanctions placed on China. All right. China's probably number one or two economies in the world, and they're definitely the number one producer of goods. So President Trump, he placed a pretty good amount of sanctions on $200 billion worth of goods. All right. So that probably, I don't know. Here's what I think. I think that the people of China think because of these tariffs and these sanctions placed on their country, they're getting a little afraid to spend the yuan. All right. So they're looking to dump the yuan and put it into different assets like the dollar or Bitcoin. I think majority of it is going to Bitcoin because they understand how that works. They're very crypto friendly in the Asian, countries. So, and they're more forward thinking when it comes to that. Now, although China puts a lot of sanctions on Bitcoin, I think they own the largest Bitcoin mining facility, but they control it. That's the whole point. They want to control it. They don't want you to have much control. But the nice thing about this is they still believe in it. They believe in that thing a little bit more than America does. So the people are saying, look, man, we're a little worried about our dollar. It may be devalued. So what do we do before it happens? We're going to dump it and we're going to put our money into different assets like the dollar and Bitcoin or other digital assets, which is a beautiful thing. So that's what's been happening there. So I don't know what to tell you on that. I think that has a lot to do with it. It probably has the majority to do with it. But in my opinion, I think what it has to do with is that, a little bit of that. It's like baking a cake. You take a little bit of, salt, you take a little bit of sugar, take a little bit of cinnamon, whatever. Everything plays a part in baking a beautiful, tasty cake. And I think that's what's happening right now. You have the sanctions being played. You have all the good news coming out in the crypto scene. You have all the institutional businesses setting themselves up like an alley-oop for a nice fast break dunk. That's what's happening in crypto right now. Everybody should be excited. I'm excited. You should be too. All right. Last but not least, I want to hit this one point before I sign out. All right. Will Facebook make crypto relevant for the undervalued or the underserved, I should say? Basically, same thing. Here's the thing. Facebook for a long time was very crypto unfriendly. They banned crypto advertisements. So did Google, but Facebook for sure. Now all of a sudden they want to make their own cryptocurrency payment platform, which is cool. Because if I'm not mistaken, they have about 2.4 billion. Oh, no, that number is different. 1.6 billion active users. I was told a little while ago by a friend of mine who works in that scene that they had about 2.4 billion users. But, we'll go with the 1.6 because that's what's on the screen. We'll just do it that way. Active users, 1.6 billion active users. All right. Well, here's the thing. If they just captured just that, ecosystem with a payment platform, which is what they're planning on doing, I mean, that's just money hand over fist. Now, we already know that there's talk about breaking up Facebook, with a co-founder. He's calling for the breakup. But, I don't know. They did it to Microsoft way back in the day. It didn't really hurt. It hurt Microsoft initially, but it didn't really hurt them long term. But the nice thing about this is I love to see people turn face or turn about face and say, look, man, we were wrong about cryptocurrency and the blockchain. It's actually a good thing, and it can help us and it can help everybody else. So if they open that door to the blockchain, even if it's, proprietary for now, because I don't believe Facebook likes taking any foreigners, no, offense to anyone, but what I'm saying is that foreign currencies, like if they don't make the currency, it's not something that's proprietary to them. They don't want to let it in, and they want to keep that door closed. They're like that neighbor of yours, man. You can't never see in the house. They never peek out the curtains. They barely come outside. That's Facebook, but they're everywhere. Okay. The nice thing is they're putting their toe in that water. Matter of fact, they're diving head deep in the water. So hats off to Facebook for, admitting that they were wrong without saying that they were wrong. All right. I don't know how big this payment platform is going to be, but I think it's going to be huge. I'm not going to read this whole article. I guess you guys can do your own research. I just want to hit the topic. Facebook is making their own payment platform. And will it serve the underserved? I hope so. I hope it bridges the gap between people who are non-believers in crypto and the fundamentally crazies of crypto like myself. So, hey, that's really what I wanted to say. Listen, if you like what I'm talking about, if you have any objection to what I'm talking about, leave a comment, please. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.